Hey, live. Go ahead and read that disclosure. All this content is just educational information purposes only. Trading stocks, futures, forex trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. You should carefully consider your financial situation and consult with a licensed professional before making any trading decision. Basically, you need to trade at your own risk. I'm just trying to teach you how to use the scanner that I have built. We have right here, we have top press releases, and we have R-vol movers, and we got the pre-market movers. Nothing is really happening this morning far. Checking the stream, make sure everything's good. Like it. Nothing has really moved. I think the low floaters, I think things are starting to dry up. Now this pre-market, you'll see the low floaters are over here. Now you'll see ones with like 40 million float, that's CRNC, but the low floaters are right here. This is pre-market. This is relative volume movers. Anything over, I think, 50,000 volume with an R-vol of at least 5 times will show up here on the R-vol movers. The low floaters are here. This is the low float from yesterday. Because things are not going to update until the market is open with this. We only scan pre-market, which is right up there in the top left. We got low floaters, we got top gainers. That was the top gainers yesterday. We got biggest gainers, top traded gainers. Top traded gainers are ones that have good volume. If you look, it really wasn't all that good. Now this is the 1 minute volume. So normally at 9:30, I'll load up the low floaters, biggest gainer. Sometimes top traded. You need stuff with volume. And of course, we have press releases down here. We have press releases down here. Now, stuff like this, SKYT. This is a press release. It's just Q2 earnings transcript. That's all that is. But it is news. See, it is news. Got Greg at 117. Yeah, that's nothing. Don't like. I'm looking for A+ setups, which means the 5 minute has to be making higher highs. The 5 minute, higher highs, higher lows. It definitely needs to be making higher lows and looking and moving up. And the 1 minute needs to be, the non-EMA needs to be running up. Now, we can go ahead and put like MACD on there. Yeah. Put the MACD on there. How come that doesn't update? You know, platform is really nice. Lightspeed's awesome for execution. Their charting platform still to be desired, but it's better than what I was using with interactive brokers. That's for sure. I love the hotkeys and the platform for Lightspeed. It's fantastic. The executions are amazing. I mean, you can't beat it. I want to. I want that. Oh, I think I see a problem. Yeah, the platform is okay. Not going to win any awards. Definitely not going to win any awards, but it'll definitely get us here. Doo. Oh, see what that looks like. Okay. Yeah, so really nothing's happening, Greg. You got like 50,000 volume in 1 minute. It's Let's go ahead and add that to the toolbar. We'll go ahead, add that to the toolbar. No, I don't want simple average added to the toolbar. Go ahead and remove that. Crazy? That added? Oh no. That's the MACD on the. Boy, I really need some coffee. I better not trade. Really need some here. I really need coffee going on. Kind of going so nutty here. Oh, I wish. Hmm, Platform is really nice. What I like about charts, I'll show you here pretty shortly. I think this is good enough. And of course, this is, I've only been using it for like a few days. I switched over from interactive brokers because of SEC Rule 144 and the way they implement it. Interactive Brokers is an amazing broker, great for mid cap, large cap, day traders. They're not so friendly with us low float micro scalping traders, but hey, I understand where they're coming from. CMCT has got some CMCT got some movement. There we go. CMCT's got some movement. It has no catalyst, so I'm not going to trade it because I'm trying to build up this account a little bit. Because when I sent over the money to Lightspeed, I only deposited 26,000. That only get that only gives me 1,000 over the PDT rule, so I got to be careful. BRLT has news. That BRLT has news. Brilliant Earth reports strong Q2 exceeding high end of net sales and probability guidance, announcing one-time dividend and distribution. Yeah, that's not breaking. That is not breaking news. CMCT. CMCT looks like it could be moving. CMCT looks like it could be moving. Then we got Craig. Got BTCS. Then we got SKYT. Okay. CMCT is lighting up. This reminds me, I need to, you're not going to see it here, the limit up, limit down, because things don't get halted like that with volatility on pre-market. Most of the time they don't. I mean, it can get halted like news and stuff. It's very kind of rare that things will get halted in pre-market, but you got to be careful. But what I need to do is when the market opens, I need to highlight that limit up, limit down stuff. Also, I think I'm going to modify the colors on this level too. Yeah, I need to do that. This white is just kind of, and it's kind of flashy, kind of distracting, to be honest. Okay, we broke 9 level. If you were in on that, this right here, of course, we have a nice run up. If you were in on that, that bar right there was a good one, and you get in on the low of that. So you get in, we had a run up, you had a little inside bar right there because it did not break the high there, it did not break the low there. We had a doji, we have the MACD open, we have the volume running up, and then we had the break of the 9. But if you broke, actually you can just go off of the high right there if you really wanted to. Just go off the high. Still getting used to the platform a little bit. No, man. Okay. I mean, you could have put your stop down here and entry right up here. I mean, that right there would have netted you. Let's say you got in at 9 1/4. We're already at 50, so that's a 25-cent move already. That was CMCT that showed up on RVol. No catalyst. MACD is open. The volume was running up, so that was a good little scalp if you got it. CMCT was on the RVol. CMCT was on the RVol. What I'm looking for, it really didn't show up until about right here. Showed up. Now the RVol, I mean, you've got, let's say 861, but yeah, very big. Now the spread on this thing's like between 5-10 cents, so because the spread's right up here. You look up here on the last, that's the last. Spread's up here, the VWAP is 875. That's what it's showing. Of course, VWAP down here is showing 865. But hey, it is what it is. To change to 40%, we got a volume of 2 million so far. Shares outstanding 400,000. So CMCT is definitely a low floater. Looks like we're getting a pullback. The volume is about mid of what that run up was. So you got to be careful with that. The MACD could be rolling back over. Got to be careful. Even if you get on a bounce on that, like at 905, you get in on a bounce of that, you got to look at the volume coming in. That volume is definitely high. So the volume is high. There is no catalyst, so you got to be cognizant of that. Or are we going to get a bounce? Start trading below 885. We got $9 hold mark. Are we going to get a bounce off of 896? The EMA 896 CMCT afloat 700,000. So yeah, it's definitely a low float scalper. So we got a little run up. We had a little doji up here. The MACD was open. See how we're breaking down? That's because of that volume. We don't have a catalyst. There's no news. So, but we broke the high right there. It had a little. This can be considered a pullback. It doesn't need to be red to be a pullback, but that can consider be like a bull flag. Run up, have a little doji, have a little inside bar right there for a rake of 9.25. You got yourself 950 pretty easily. It did run up to 994, so yeah, it was a pretty decent price. If you're trying to get on the bounce of this, you got to make sure that this has no catalyst. The MACD was kind of rolling over. You got to be careful with that because look at the volume. Personally, I'm not in it. Only looking for good quality stuff. That's what I'm looking for. One good trade a day. Because I deposited 26,000 in Lightspeed. If I go below, it's on a margin account. If I go below, which I might switch it over to cash. I mean, I really don't need that, but sometimes I do trade the blue chips. That would be kind of nice. But I got to be careful about going below 25,000. So I've only gave myself $1,000 buffer. So I got to be careful. We got CREG is below the VWAP. Looks like it's on support, but I don't trade like that. We got CRNC. CRNC is the next one. CRNC is not is nothing. SKYT. SKYT is nothing. We got Cassie. Cassie's nothing. IO is nothing. Yeah, we got really nothing. The only one so far was CMCT on that quick scalp on the RVOL. That was it. That's all we had. Got Greg trying to REG. We got Greg trying to reclaim its shine. But CRNC, got nothing there. CCT. You see how fast light speed charts are? That's why I like them. We got bullish engulfing happening right now. Got a bullish engulfing happening. We got no news on CMT that we know of. We don't know why it is cranking. It's just people that's just all pent up and want to do something. That's all it is. They're all pent up. They're like, I gotta do something, man. Let's just run CMCT. These big institutions ain't trading this low float crap. Who knows? But see, this is where you want to get in, is when the MACD is open. MACD is open. This is a non-EMA, and then this is the 26 right here. So the 9 and 26, when they start spreading apart, that is, it just means you're in a bullish trend because the non-EMA is separating, and that's a deviation from the 26 period moving average. Go ahead, a bullish engulfing candle. We got a little inside bar right there. I'm thinking if you can do a 2-bar break at 9 1/4, you could pop up to 950 because that's where the resistance could be. Look at the volume though. Look at the volume. Volume's drying up. You see, they ran this thing. The volume was up here. It was 100,000. It ain't much. It ain't much, but it's there. The volume's already traded 2.7 million. So if it breaks 9 1/4, gotta look at the level 2 to see what we're doing. We're not even close to 9 1/4 yet. Look at the volume's picking up. That volume picked up. This volume's picking up. So it's trying. Got a little doji, a little indecision. Got the MACD rolling over, so that is kind of concerning. That's telling me that the trend could be over. What you got to look for is, you got this right here. Okay. The volume's kind of running down. Got this right here. Okay. Yes. We ran up, and yes, we could kind of pull back and break 9 1/4 and run the 950 pretty easily. And we got a spread of 7 cents. But the volume, look at the volume drying up and look at the MACD curling, rolling over. The MACD's rolling over. MACD's negative 0.05. Now, I've written some code. I need to keep working on this. Look at this. Look at this. 9 1/4. Are we going to hit 9 1/4? We're looking at level 2. We got 28 at 907. Had a little bit of support there. Had a little bit. We got 9 1/4. We're going to get 950, 950, 950, 9 1/4, 9 1/4. Okay, so we broke 9 1/4. We're getting ready to run the 950. Are we running the 950? We got 932, 933, 936. We got 944. We need to start lighting up like a Christmas tree right here. 947, 950. We kissed 950. We got 956, 957. I saw 957 print. It's time to lock in some profits. Are we going back up to 10? 960, 962. We got to print. We got to lighten up like a Christmas tree right there. That's what you want to see. You want to see green on the tape. You got to push it. Oh, look at that green on the tape. You got to push it. We got 960. 962, 965. We're pushing. The MACD is kind of curling back up. This thing, the MACD was rolling over. The volume was drying up, and I didn't know, but I was thinking, hey, On the stream, I said if we break 9.25, we could make a run to 950. Looks like we did. If you got yourself a quarter, take it. Take it and run with it. Take what the market can give you. Because right now, it looks like it's taking a dump. Look at that big red volume. You don't marry these ugly turds. You take your money and run. Don't want to be walking around holding no turd. Take your money and run. Got BT, what? CS, CS ain't, BTCS ain't. Craig ain't doing nothing. CMCT. Looks like the only volume is coming in to CMCT. I mean, that's the only thing coming in is CMCT. Get out of there. CMCT, we got like 2 million volume of 3.5 million so far. That's looking good. The MACD is kind of rolling over. So the MACD was rolling over, and that's telling you if you get that 9.25 pop and you get that 950 run, you're looking at the level 2. This thing, the tape is lighting up like a Christmas tree. And if you're in a 9.25, you got your 950. Take the money and run. Take the money and run. Don't hold no turd. Got Craig. Craig is CREG is not doing very much. No. I mean, CRG's got some volume. If you look at CRG, it's got volume, but it's got volume to the downside. Look at that volume, 9 million. Look at shares outstanding, 900,000. I mean, float says 2 million, but hey, but it's already traded 9 million, so round tripped quite a few times, like four times, getting ready to run to a 5th time rollover. We have AGRI just showed up, AGRI. We got volume of about 2K on the 1 minute. We got 20K, about 40K. So got to bounce off the 350 EMA. I ain't got no catalyst though. No catalyst. We got CMCT that's just flatlining. We got CMCT that's flatlining. CMCT is flatlining. We got Greg that's just puking out. Look at that. Look at that 5 minute. Just a puking out. AGRI just popped up to number 1 on volume with 22% change. Get a $4 break. Are you going to 4.25, 4.5? See what this thing's going to do. We got CMCT running again. I just noticed that CMCT is starting to run again. Got the volume kicking in. We have AGRI. You gotta look at the 5 minute. You gotta look at the 5 minute. We're making higher highs, higher lows, but look at the current candle. Yes, we are making higher lows. But we need to start pushing up. That little topping tail on the 5-minute right there is a little concerning. Yeah, see, you got that topping tail right there. We've got CMCT that just kind of popped a little bit. I think people are trying to fake us out. Look at that. That little pop. Look at that topping tail. Look at that volume right there. Look at that MACD just kind of rolling over. The money was made right here. The good money was made right here. So you got in a little bit late at 9:30 and came all the way up here to 9.90, close to $10, but it closed at 9.63. You got yourself about 30-cent move right there. You're not going to get the whole thing. You're not going to get the whole pie. You want a piece of the pie, not the whole one. Look at that. Now it's starting to puke. Blech. And we got a break of 9.25 up to 9.50. And it kind of spiked up, kind of sold off. This right here is telling you this area right here, should have been should have okay. This right here, this candle right here, we had a pop up. We couldn't get to 10. We sold off. We popped up. We got to 9.50, 9.25, 9.50. Get yourself a quick little scalp off of that. That's okay. I mean, it wasn't an ideal trade. The volume was kind of drying up. Okay, and this area right here, the 9 EMA was kind of flatlining. But I was thinking break 9.25, you probably get to 9.50. Not ideal trade. I wouldn't go in all crazy on it. But the level 2, you had to trade. When you know you want to break 9.25, you just got to look at the level 2 and trade off the level 2. I mean, that's just honest, especially with something like that. But you got a little pop. You couldn't get a run to 10. Could not run to 10. We kind of sold off with volume. And then it kind of like consolidated a pop and you got a big topping tail again. So this is just telling you that the run is probably over. And got that right there. But if you look at this, I need to know where that where that is. Look at the red volume there, and look at the red volume there. That is just telling you something. It's telling you not to get in, to be quite honest. Because I don't want to right click and this all the time. I thought studies. See, got AGRI. Did I update AGRI? CREG, AGRI. You're a turd. Get out of here. Got Craig. Oh, Craig. Well, Craig, you're a bummer. RNC. Got Archon. Archon. Archon usually shows up. Archon. Let's take a look at Archon. That's been showing up kind of recently. Archon. Yeah, see, on the daily, it ain't much. On the daily, look at that. It's just kind of, yeah. Uh-huh. Look at that huge stick right. Yeah. Okay, SMHI, Marine Announces Strategic. I've already read that. BRLT, more like a BLT, more like kind of hungry this one. Brilliant Earth reports strong Q. So we had CMCT earlier. Here, let me. That showed up on RVol 709. I'm gonna have to look back at the stream and actually see. Because I'm gonna go get me some more coffee. Okay. CMCT is kind of validating. AGRI just popped up to the number one. But see, there's no catalyst. This is the only thing. I really need a catalyst, to be honest. See, the thing is, if you're trading, okay, if you're trading on a cash account, and let's say you got $5,000, you got a $4 stock right here. Now, if you're trading with like a couple hundred shares just to slowly build your account to get used to the trading thing, I mean, yeah, that's okay. You can make multiple trips, but once you trade your $4,000, let's say you do 2 trades and they each costed you a value of $2,000, well, you're done for the day. So you can only take like 2 trades. If you're trading a $4 stock and you got a $5,000 account, you trading 1,000 shares, you can only trade it one time. 500 shares, you can trade it twice. So you really have to be picky about what you're doing, because a stock can run up like this right here. Yeah, you can, I mean, this I wouldn't trade, to be quite honest. But, I mean, look at CMCT is just kind of rolling over. But, yeah, we had a pop on CMCT. Now, let's say you had a $5,000 account. You got in on CMCT at 500 shares and you made just like 25 cents out of that. I mean, 500 shares times 25 cents is $125. So you made $1.25 for the day, and you're pretty much done. You're done. I mean, 500 shares at, I think it was 9.25. I mean, if you got a $5,000 account, you're done for the day. So you can only do one trade. And like Mike Bellafourier says, at S&B Capital, one good trade a day. And he actually wrote a book. I did the audio book because I was driving trip and I had that book there. EGRI, we got CMCT. CMCT is just consolidating. I really wouldn't do anything with that. HERI. HERI, there's no catalyst. But, and also look at the 5 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, you see those topping tails right there? Ran up, pushed down, ran up, pushed down. Yeah, it's sloping upwards. But the thing is, we're making an inside bar right there. Didn't break the high, didn't break the low. We're making higher lows, which is good. The volume is kicking in, which is good. But the main thing is there's no catalyst. Now, if you can only make 1 or 2 trades a day, why trade like B setups? You need your A plus setups. You need stuff to be aligned perfectly. Maybe you don't get it in pre-market. Maybe you get it during market hours. You don't know. You don't know. But Hive. Hey, Hive, how you doing? You got a 20 R vol. You got 50,000 volume. You have, and what is missing? What's missing? Catalyst. So, is that going to be traded? No. The only thing we see on this list right now that has the catalyst is SMHI, and that's nothing. SKYT, and that's nothing. Okay. We have CMCT trying to make the run again. Now, some people are going to get tunnel visioned on this 1 minute, and what you really need to do is look at the 5 minute. I mean, sure, if you break 938, which you did, could you run up to 10? Yeah, but we couldn't make a 10 run right here. There's no catalyst. There's, to me, and this is my opinion, why is this thing up? Is it just because traders want to push it up? Well, that's not a good reason for me. Got 950. That's not a good reason for me. I need to know why this is going up. Now, if you don't need that 1 or 2 good trades a day, I mean, that's fine. You can scalp yourself 5-10 cents out of this. I mean, that's perfectly fine. You could have scalped yourself 10 cents out of this right now. Yeah, I mean, you could have scalped yourself 10 cents. Okay. If you got the money to do it, yeah. But if you need that one good trade, that's going to be kind of hard. Because if you make that one good trade and you get stopped out, and it's like, oh, I'm done. So are we going to break 10? You got to look at the level 2. You're not trading off the 1 minute anymore. You're trading off the level 2. Where's your stop? Is your stop 50 cents? Is it below 50 cents? If so, how many shares are you going in? You going in 1,000? Where you're going to get stopped out at about $500 loss. So right now, you don't need to be looking at the 1 minute. You need to be looking at the level 2. You need to know where your stop loss is, and you can be reading the level 2. Right now at 10, we need this time of sales to be lighting up like a Christmas tree. We want this green. We don't want to see that. We want green. Got to be reading off the level 2. Okay, so if you got in at 950, you got yourself 50 cents. Can't put in a stop because it's pre-market. You got to use a mental stop. So if you're already up 50 cents, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell a quarter? Sell half? You can use your hotkey on light speed. There we go. That's the green I wanted to see to keep pushing, but we're kind of stalling out. So if you're in at 950, you already got to 10 and you sold half, you got to put your mental stop. We got support at the 9 EMA. at 954. So if you already sold half, non-EMA is at 956, 955. If you get up to 10, and let's say you got 1,000 shares, you've already sold half, you got 500 shares left, you gotta keep looking at the level 2. At when you get up to 10, are we going to kiss 10 again? We could. Looks like it. Yeah. So what are you going to do up here? Are you going to sell a quarter or sell half of your 500 shares you got left? These are things that you got to be thinking about. These are the things you got to be thinking about. You know you're in a winning trade, so you don't want to turn it into a loser. So the EMA kind of moved up to support now is that 967. So if you break the 960, 965 now, if you break that and you go down to 950, you already booked some profits. You got in at 950, you booked some profits. You sold half. You're holding half. Got to look at the volume. The volume's kind of drying up. This is the first time that we broke 10. We tried it once back around 712. I think we tried it. Couldn't do it. I was right. 713. We tried it. So if you got in here, right around here, let's say you got in at 950, ran up to 10. And what do I always say? You got to sell into these pops. So you get a pop, you get a kiss of down 10, sell a quarter, sell half. When this starts moving back down, you're running down to your mental stop, which is at 950. This is pre-market. Are you going to be selling half there again? Then you can hold a little bit so you can see if you can get yourself a runner. These are the things that you got to be looking at. Right now, we're just kind of putting in a flag pattern right here. Putting in a little flag pattern. When we made this turn at 950, the MACD was kind of flat. That's telling you, like, might not be so good, but this volume down here is telling you that, okay, this might go. The volume down here says, okay, it might go and break the 9/4. Get up here, 950. So you get up here, that's a half-dollar mark, 950. Resistance is up here at 10. And as you can see, that is resistance. And if you're in at 950, you sold half up here, and you're below the EMA, the volume's coming in. Got it at 950, you got about 10 cents. Need to rethink your situation now. CMCT has no catalyst. I don't know why it's moving. They're just pushing it. Maybe got some pent up demands. I don't know. We got SMHI that's there's nothing happening there. I don't know what's going on with that. This is just for a minute. Yeah. Got YOBO. You got SKYT. You got ADTX, AGRSM, CRG, ADTX showed up. The daily seems decent. OM, there's nothing there on OM. CMCT, let's go back CMCT. So, yeah. These are the things you really need to start thinking about. When you're here, volume's looking good. Sorry about that. Mom sent out a text. Oh, I'm a grown man. Even though I'm a grown man, when my mama texts something or does something, I pay attention. Okay, we got AGRI. AGRI. Looks like it's trying to break the consolidation level. Look at the volume there. It was pretty decent, about 100,000 volume. It was okay. Nothing really telling me to really trade that, though. AGRI. Main thing, it don't have a catalyst. I need a catalyst. I need to build an account. I got $1,000 buffer. I need like $3,000 buffer. I need to slowly build it up. And I can take as many trades as I want a day, but the thing is, I want good quality setups. I need my hit average to be up. Base hits. That's all I care about. I don't care about no home run. Do they happen from time to time? Yeah. But I just want my base hits. 10, 10, 10, 10 cents, 10, 20, 25 cents. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just little base hits. Get a handful of base hits, you're doing good. And quite honest, if you're new to trading, and let's say you just get a massive win streak and you hit a couple and let's say you trade like a handful of times and all of a sudden you hit like 2 home runs, and it's like, you're not learning, to be quite honest. You're not learning. The worst thing for a beginner trader is just to have a winning streak, a massive winning streak, and hitting them home runs. I personally, I don't think that's good. That's not teaching you how to trade. That's just mentally screwing with you, and then you get slaughtered later. All right, we got CMCT. Uh, you got to look at the 5 minute and see what the chart's telling you. Don't be focused, just tunnel visioned on the 1 minute. You really have to look at the 5 minute and see what that's telling you. Like when we had this run right here. That was at 7:43. So at 7:43, we were right here. And what we were doing, we had a 938 high. Okay, that's good. So if we broke that 940, we were looking pretty decent. Now 940 was right around here, so we started breaking that right around in here. And if you look at the volume down there, that's why I was thinking, okay, if 950 can break with volume, which we have volume kicking in, and then all of a sudden we had massive volume with that candle, and we ran, and then took the second candle at 7:45 to just $10 to get that whole dollar. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay because we had a little micro pullback on the 5 minute. This candle right here is a little concerning because the wick down was pretty high. We were below the VWAP. We kind of traded up, and then we kind of got some footing and broke it and ran to 10. But that's not on the catalyst, and also if you're doing it, are you have to think on that trade right there, are you going to go your full position? If you normally trade 1,000 shares, are you going to jump in on 1,000? It's not really an A plus setup. Maybe you just jump in like, okay, it breaks down 50. I'm going to jump in at like 200 shares. Get a 50-cent move and just make myself a quick $100. These are the kind of things you really need to think about. Or you got in that trade, where's your stop? If you're breaking not 950, I mean, most traders just thinking, oh, I want to get $10, bank 50 cents. The first thing I'm thinking about is, okay, if I get in this trade, where am I getting out? That's the very first thing I'm thinking about. Where am I getting out? Where am I going to get out at 950? I'm going to get out right here at 9.25. Because it's the low of that candle right there. And I know if we break that low, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure if we break that low, we could be going down because look at the sentiment right here, previous. And also you got to look at the wicks on the 5 minutes. That's the first thing I'm thinking about. If I'm jumping in at this 950 on the tape, where was my stop? My stop was down here. My stop was at 927, 9.25. So I'm looking at the tape and I'm thinking, okay, breaking 950. Okay, we got 950, 960, 970, 980. I'm thinking, okay, I got my finger to sell half. As soon as we break 10, sell half. Where's my stop? Break even. I'm not taking no full stop out at no 9.25. Break even. It starts retracing back. You're holding, let's say you did 1,000 shares, you sold half up here, you're holding 500, sell half, you're holding 250 now. Are we going to get a bounce off the EMA? It's sloping upwards. MACD is starting to curl back up. Okay, yeah, we got a kiss of the 10 again. So that's where you need to. It's 8 o'clock. It's about little crazy whack jobs are going crazy. Right here, you really need to think, okay, am I going to get out my full position or am I going to hold and try to get a pop and see if we get a runner? Then all of a sudden right here, nothing. Then all of a sudden this candle right here at 962, got it at 950. You need to really rethink the situation. And that's all done on the level 2. It's all done on level 2. I mean, that's why I have the 955, the 9 EMA right there. 955, I can kind of glance over and see it. Okay, that's where the EMA is. I know if we start going below 955, I need to start bailing. And you look at the level 2 and you find out, okay, do I have support, or is there a large order sitting on the bid over here? Okay, I'm at the ask, is there a large order sitting up there and it's not moving? It's getting eaten up, but it's not moving. These are the things you got. And with time, it all comes. It all comes with time. We really, BTCS, we got some RVOL movers. We got BTCS. That's nothing. UPXI. That's nothing. That's actually to the downside. I need to update the code for that BTCS. I need to update the code for that, to be quite honest. UPXI was an RVOL mover, but look at the volume. The volume was selling, so that's why it showed up there. I need to update the code on the RVOL to only show the mover. CT, then AGRI. Okay, I mean, if we look over here on the right side, we got CMCT. This is 1 minute. Trading below the VWAP. AGRI is not looking good. CREG not looking good. SKYT, that's nothing. So I'll be right back. miss any? Did I miss anything? Don't look like it. Oh, YHC's got news. YHC. What we got? Earnings? Oh, God. See. YHC's got news. Got 160. You can get to 170, 10 cent. That was 8 o'clock news. Probably not all that good of a. YHC is looking good. The previous 5 minute, if we can break that high, 172, probably go. Need to break 172. We got 15,000, 161, 160, 170. You got to look at the level 2. Wow, that's a lot in there. You got to look at that 170. That had large orders in there, and it looks like it was getting eaten up, and there ain't nothing moving. Got to break 172. Shares outstanding 430,000, volume 12 million. So this is definitely, there we go. $76. You don't want to see it come back down to 172. You want to hold this 175. Got good volume coming in. You got 174, 112, 174, 150, 172. Yeah. Got 200 on there. 13, 182, 170. Looks like we're trying to get some support there. Got a small bounce off of 170. Really need to break 177. We could get a run to 2. This has news. It has a catalyst, so it has news. YHC at 8 o'clock, but SBT showed up. Yeah, that was, had to be quick with that. YHC, LQ hours strengthens global footprint through strategic collaboration on TikTok and launches investment focused media. Okay. Look at the volume on that candle. Volume on green candle didn't go higher. Volume on that red candle. Yeah, look at the volume, and it's starting to roll over past the non-EMA. MACD starting to roll back over. Got to be careful. You had a quick profits right here. Um, Again, this was kind of hard to play uh, just because it's not a perfect setup. This candle here, I mean, if you try, this is not, I don't think of this as a micro pullback. I mean, I'll be quite honest, just because look at the volume there. The volume is extremely high right there. The volume's high. Uh, this candle right here uh, did break, but then it just immediately came back down. MACD was curling up, but the volume, if the volume was down in here about half of that, that would be good. And these two candles right here, these two candles, look at the volume. The volume was drying up. That's kind of like what you want to see, but I like seeing it a little bit less. The volume is big for me. You had this inside bar right here, that right there, inside bar, but it was starting to curl back down because it was starting to roll back over on this. Uh, but the break of 160 was good. 161, and your stop is down at 150. So it's like a 5-cent stop. But that's good. Then you get yourself a little run right there. And it had a catalyst. So that's okay. So get in, let's say 161, and your stop is at 154. That's 7 cent stop. That's a 7-cent stop right there. Got in 160. Let's say you got up here 170. It's about 12 cents. Okay, so that's pretty decent. I personally, I don't like that just because of the MACD kind of rolling back over and also the volume on the selling. I just don't quite like that. Plus, you've already made a run right there. So, you gotta be careful about double dipping. Get a nice little run. You make your money and then move on. You gotta be careful about double dipping. This right here is a little concerning with that tail right there. PRI, not doing anything. Earnings for NSYS. FGN no catalyst. Got YHC, FGN, there's nothing there. NSYS, NSYS. See what I was talking about? YHC kind of rolling over on the MACD and the volume. That's why you don't double dip. You double dip on a perfect setup, and that is not a perfect setup. REG. Got NRXP. YS, and YS is nothing. CRNC, there's nothing there. YOBO, there's nothing there. OM, there's nothing there. So, yeah. So, YHC is fine. See what the SPY's doing. SPY's are fine. Triple Qs. Triple Qs is good. YHC. PI. Down here at the top press releases, scanning for certain keywords, like agreements, things like that. Art Global partnership right there. So it's just scanning for certain keywords. What we can do is SMTI. Sometimes you can go through VTVT. Sometimes you can go through them, FLYE, and then try to find yourself early runner. Also, another thing you really have to look at, I mean, these right here are my vessels. That news ain't going nowhere. Report strong. Yeah. So sometimes when there's low volume here and you have a catalyst, you kind of want to take a look at it, because sometimes these traders will jump on it, and you can get an early move on them. Got Craig, really not doing much. I might have to go get some more coffee. Oh, oh my word! It is a slow YHC. It's a slow day, Craig. Craig, there's something that I'm looking at. Hmm. What was he? Craig, Google DeepMind's gaining. That's an AI thing. Yeah, could possibly. What you want to do is what you could do here too, is you can just take all the ones that have a catalyst, SMHI. You have SMHI, and then you have Jag. Kind of put them over here because sometimes you can get yourselves running, and all of a sudden you're looking over here and you're like, oh wow, that thing's running. Uh, YHC, there we go. Also, another thing that you can take a look at right now, this is a 1 minute. You want to look at the 5 minute. The 5 minute, it broke the high right there of 169. 169, it broke that 169, 170 right up in here. So what you want to look for is we have this right here, the high right there. Got the high right there of that candle. Then you got the low of it right here. Okay, so we opened up. So we opened up right here, and we had a low right here, and you can get on the break of this candle right here. Okay, break of that candle right there, which was 173, and your stop is at 169. 168. So your stop is like at 167. Okay. But you're looking for a break of 173, which is that right there. So once you get to 174, and then you got all the way up to 184, you got yourself 10 cents right there. That's kind of like what you're looking for. See right here, this candle right here was your entry candle, and you look at the volume there, which was high volume. Now, I didn't get in this trade because I was going to get coffee, so this cup of coffee cost me money. That kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I need to figure out, and I might not stick with the charting on light speed. I don't know. I need to really, I'm going to stick with it for a while, but really need to find out, try to get good with it. I need to find out how I can link this stuff up because this 1 minute right here, like I need to have another chart and kind of have that uh, off to the side of like YHC, but have it like a, boy, the kid's going crazy. I might have to shut my office door. Yeah, I think I might have to shut my office door. Kid's going nuts. Tell you what, when she wakes up, she's a little crazy. I got a filter on it, so that'd be right on the mic, be able to hear me, but man, crazy. All right, what am I doing? Focus, focus, man. Yeah. So kind of like how I have it here. So you see this right here? You see that right there? So I have that, this 1 minute is right here. So it's a 1 minute, and then I got a 5 minute. I'm going to be adding a 5 minute up here. But I like to link these two charts together. That's what I'm looking for. When I type in a ticker on this chart here, it updates to 5 minute. And all the other three ones, I'm going to close my office door. Oh, that's why I like trading pre-market. Wife and kids asleep. I can enjoy my coffee in the morning. Try to make a little bit of money. But wow, when they wake up, it's need to. I need a soundproof office. Maybe if I can make a, if I can make a couple million, get me a soundproof office. Yeah, then I can have a little intercom system. The wife needs something, she hit that intercom button. But it needs to be set up so where if she hits the intercom button, I have to approve of hearing her because I just don't want her to hit the intercom button and just blah 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 blah. No, I'm not a millionaire trader. I'm just some average redneck trying to make a buck in the market. So it's 8:30. Let's see. 8:32. We're going to get any more news? SMHI? No. YHC is kind of going off a little bit. Uh, this could be YHC at what time? Okay. Need a bigger desk. Actually, I got a pretty big desk. Better set up. I still use pen and paper for notes. But I might use TradingView for that. That could be. Could. SMHI, that's not doing FGN's not doing anything. We got some HI's got news, JEG's got news, but they're not doing anything. YHC had news. I don't know why it's not showing up. It shows up pre-market movers, then it kind of drops off. Something up with the feed. It could be that there's an error in this well, there's not an error in the code, but what could be happening is that it's trying to read the news or something or get maybe the float or something like that, and it's an error, and it's not adding it to the list because there's an error, so it's not adding it to the list, and then that's why it doesn't show up. But then when there's not an error, then it shows up. So I just kind of have to go through the code. That's why this is in beta. That's why it's free. I'm not going to be charging somebody something that is not working all that good. Now, am I going to be charging like $25 a month if it's running at like 50%? No. But when a software is like, 80, 90% there, that's good. You can just keep working on it. There's a thing called, in software engineering, when I was a software engineer, I've been one for quite a few years. enjoy writing code, and I made a good living from it. But there's a thing called MVP, minimal viable product. MVP, minimal viable product. If you have one, then you can charge money. It's just good enough. All right, so right here, we had this. This could be a little pop, but you got to look at the previous 5 minute. Previous 5 minute is not making, it made a higher low, but it's not making a higher high, and it was red, and then we had some selling volume in there. Now, YHC does have a catalyst. It does have news, but you got to really rethink your situation. If you made your money here, are you willing to give some of it back here when you get stopped out? Because if you get in at 181 and your stop is at 175, that's a 6-cent stop. So can we get up to 190? Possibly. Now, right here, if you got in at 181 and you already ran up to 186, you know, are you going to be like sell half right here and then just move to a break even? Yeah. These are things you really got to think about. And look at that, 185 at 170, 130 at 185. When it gets down to, 185. So that just refresh. 185. Let's see if it 184. 183. Yeah, this is kind of weak. Look at the tape coming in. Okay, this green is people hitting it and paying up. And the reds, the selling orders that are coming through. It's a little weak, and that's a topping tail right there. But if you looked at the previous 5 minutes, that could tell you right there. The previous 5 minutes tells you a lot. That's like an inside bar, and if we break the high of that, if we do break the high 192, you could go, but if you break the low 174, you could go down. So let's take a look at this. And your support, if you break that low, is 160. RG kind of dumping right there. YHC is really the only mover. MATV. What's old MATV doing? MATV doesn't have a catalyst, though. That's the problem. NSYS. NSYS, I think, is, yeah. BRLT. Okay, let me make a video of that earlier. putting notes in. YHC is not looking too hot. But how it broke to 174, you see what I'm talking about? Talking about stuff like that. REG, SKYT. I mean, this market is really slow and drying up. I don't know when we're going to have another hot one. REG, I'll figure this out later. Oh, let me see if we got notes. I was looking at it, got distracted by something. Comparison chart. Don't. Um. Say Ray. All right, let's figure out this. Is there a way to? I have to call Lightspeed when I get off the stream because that's very important to. Oh, YHC is looking could be good after the market opens. Because SMHI has news, but that's vessels there, but it's slowly creeping up. YHC has pretty good volume. YHC has got like 38 million shares traded so far. That's pretty good. Current 5 minutes, 700,000. Got nice volume. About 460,000, 100,000 for this current candle right here. As you can see, the volume right 400,000 it starts kicking in. You could have gotten in on the break of that and putting your stop down here at the 182 and the break of 185, a few cent stop and scalp yourself. 185, 5 cents right there, and you got resistance up here. But that's what I'm talking about, is this right here. So when you see a setup like this and it's running up and you got a high right there, 185, and you're going to be breaking 185, that's the previous 5 minute. That's pretty good. Also, these 5 minutes here, you could be breaking this too, 186. So when you see, and it's sloping up like this, MACD is starting to run back up to the 0, is somewhat okay. What you can do is put your stop at 182, okay? And you're looking for a break of 185. 185, 182, and then you come right over here because you know your stop is at, let's say 181. Your stop is at 181, 186, and so you come over here to level 2 and you look for 186. As soon as you get it, you get in. And if it starts trading back down to 181, then you out. Then you can just take your profits. So you know you're in at 186. At 186, you're in. So right now, 186, right now, you're up. We want 197, but we know we're up against resistance up here. So you can probably like kind of sell half and move back down to a break even at 186. So when you know you get to 186, you want to be start looking to get out, and you got support, a big, huge order at 187 that came in, but I'd be getting out. So you just kind of get out. Scalp yourself a little bit right here. That's how scalping game is done. That is how the scalping is done. What you want to do is, you got right here, so your stop is right here. Okay, so your stop is right there. And your entry point is 185, 186, okay? That right there, and this is sloping upwards. That's good. If you look at the 5 minute, look down here at the 5 minute, the VWAP is sloping upwards. That's good. So 185 right here, you break 185, which is that right there, 185, 186, and you got yourself up here, 186 to 190, that's 4 cents. 190 up here to 194, make yourself a little bit of money. And the thing is, uh, you got volume. I mean, look at the volume in there. It's 1 million. I mean, the question is, you're risking 186, 182. You're risking 5 cents. The question is, how many shares do you want? Because if you look at the volume was cranking. This volume right here was like 700,000. So let's just hypothetically say you got 186. 191 is 5 cents. 191. Let's say you sold it right up here, right up here. Let's say you made 5 cents. 5 cents. I mean, let's say you get in 5,000 shares at 5 cents. It's $250. It's $250. Please. I mean, you're making that within a minute. Within 1 minute, $250. You sit here and wait. I mean, this is how the game. All right, let me get back to Okay, you make a little money here, bam, make a little money here, boom. You made a pretty good money here. Let's say you got in at 174, sold up here at 185, it's 10 cents. You ain't gonna get the whole move. Let's say you get 10 cents, boom, 10 cents. 5,000 shares, $500. Made 250 on the last one. That's $700. $700 for the morning. You could be done before the market even opens. Before the market even opens, you're sitting there just doing your reviews of your trading day. YHC has a catalyst. That's a check. It's a low floater. 460K. It's a low floater. It's traded 44 million shares. So, yeah, the question is, how many shares do you want to buy? The volume was decent. That candle right there, the volume was decent. Non-EMA was starting to slope upwards. MACD was kind of running down a little bit, but I kind of put the MACD on there just to see that volume on that candle was awesome. Volume on this candle was okay, but the volume on that candle right there was awesome. That's a no-brainer to get in on the break of that. That's at 826, so at 826, that's this right here. You're breaking the high right there, 170. Yeah, you've already broke it right here. That's a no-brainer. Your resistance is up here. 177. Let's say you get in at 174, your resistance 177, so you got 3 cents to hit resistance. I mean, is it willing to take a shot? Sure. Yeah, it's willing to take a shot. The whole thing. I got to redo that. I got to redo this. I don't know about you, but the brightness at level 2 is distracting. I'm mainly looking at it, and it's kind of like it's in your face color. $8.55. YHC. That was the only one. CMCT. Was a 709. CMCT was pretty decent. CMCT. Let's go back to YHC. YHC. I didn't take that. But yeah. Got a huge candle right there. I mean, $2 whole mark. Only got up to 203 and it came back down. That's they're gonna run. Under the $2 got a little support. Get a pop. Yeah. Run to 210. 120, 144, 203. So that's 204, 203. Goes to 201. We got 126. The 201 kind of holding it up. It's kind of weak. Look at the volume coming in. You know, problem. See, I just need to develop my own chart. It broke 210. This pullback here, back down, you could have gotten a break of that 203. Chops you a little bit, but yeah. Uh, that little wick was a little too much, but we have the MACD that's open, so break of the break of 203 and you got 209. It's yourself 6 cents out of that. Move to a break even, which looks like it's going to be coming back down. So who knows? I didn't play it. I just didn't feel it. Plus, I'm kind of figure out best way because I don't think light speed is going to allow me. I wish they had a color system. I wish they had a color system where I can put this right here. This might be blue. This will be blue. Then the one below it could be red. Then the 5 minute could be red. So it's kind of like a linking system. Uh, there are charting platforms that do that. And I don't think TradingView does that. They got a linking system for symbol. Wait a minute, symbol. Yeah, it just links to symbols. Now the crosshairs. Yeah. Interval time. So If we do IHC, that's not what I want. It links the whole thing. Yeah, that's kind of crappy. $902. At 9:30, we're going to be putting up the low floaters. Low floaters and the biggest gainers. Biggest gainers. Biggest gainers yesterday, MYGN. Earnings, we had GoPro. Oh no, that's Grocery Outlet. I thought that was GoPro. Grocery Outlet Holding Corp. Earnings. That earnings. We had a lot of earnings. Shopify. $154 stock ran 22%. Gone. 1.3 billion float. And you don't see that very often. The SAT, RNA takeover. Rocket says the most a takeover deal. Okay. The SAT earning. Oh my. Looked at that. Yeah, YHC kind of selling off. News was done for. That level 2 on those colors on afterward. Oh my God. Cent. Cents. Get a quarter. 1 quarter. Quarter. CT, get a quarter. Yeah, buddy. Get a break of 9. Fred's cent. Okay. A break of 9. CT. The only reason I saw that was because of down in here, right here, and also 5 minute. The break of that 5 minute, and it started to reclaim the VWAP, and the break of that 5 minute. Break of that 5 minute was a high of 170. If you break 170, that's good to go. At 5 minutes, you can even actually, you don't even need to look at the 5 minute. You can just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the previous 5 minute right there. So actually, the break of that previous 5 minute, which was this, you're good to go. And put your stop right there. Put your entry right here. So, I mean, you're looking at 170 and stop of 60. What was the low of that? 162. 170. 63. Like a 7 cent stop, and then you got 173 all the way up to like $9. So, yeah, you got yourself a quarter. I mean, that's how it's played. CMCT doesn't have a catalyst, though. No catalyst. But just play. No, no news on CMCT. That really don't mean anything when you're trying to scalp a few cents. And this is real easy to do when the market opens and you can get trades like this. That's real easy to do. And after the market opens, because you can go to a break even. When the MACD's open and you get trades like this, that's really good, because when the market opens and let's say you get in at 170 and you're at 180, you can just go to Shift B and move to a break even. When it starts running up to here to 190, you can sell half, and then you just manage the trade. I mean, you're in the trade, and that's what you need to do. YHC is not looking too hot right now. CMCT was good. CREG is not really all that great. CMCT looking good. CMT is looking good. Let's take a look at the 2T. Look at the Qs here. See what's going on. YHC, SM, SMI. That's not doing anything. We got Live that has news. We got NL that had news. There's nothing there. We got JG that had news. Nothing there. Where did the market go? But I want to know. RNC, where did the market go? The market fizzled out. XP up OM. Market kind of fizzled out, to be quite honest. CMCT. CMCT. We're already here. Let's take a look. And we didn't break the low of that. What I need to do, I think I need to do this. This is a 5-minute. What I need to do is I need to look at Pally because that thing is cranking. Okay, we got PALI that showed up. 300,000 volume. We got an RVOL 367. Something's up with this bad boy. Yeah, something's up with that. That thing is cranking. You can't play off the 5-minute because there's not enough data there. So you gotta play off of the 1 minute. Also, you gotta be looking at the level 2. You gotta be looking at the level 2. You really do not want to see this thing. BRLT. Had news earlier. That's earnings stuff. Okay, we got a little volume coming in the PALI. The problem is it just showed up on the RVOL. That's a bullish engulfing candle right there. We have a bullish engulfing candle. Boom. Kind of engulfs that. But we could break it. Let's see if we can't make a comeback. You really can't be looking at the 5-minute. You got to be looking at the 1 minute. Let's see if we can't get it set up. PALI, there's really nothing. No news here. Looks like, come on. Got to push it. If we break 150, we go to 140. I mean, look at the daily. The daily up here, if you can break 140, I mean, look at the daily right there. The daily, I mean, you break 140, you could pop, yeah, I mean, this thing could run. We don't know, though. It could fizzle out. There's no catalyst on this, no news. 919 top press releases. I don't see anything on the top press releases on this. Valley, so there's No news. I don't know why it pallied right here. 19%. We got 700. We got 4 million float. So there's a low floater. Shares outstanding is 2.7 million. Shares traded is 2.4 million. So no catalyst though. So that's kind of concerning. That doesn't mean there ain't anything out there. It could be running before the news hits. You know what that means? Somebody knew the info before we did. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I didn't say it, but I'm just saying. MACD was open. Now it could be looking to curl back over. Or are we going to get a bounce off of 116 EMA? The VWAP is 1.25 on the level 2, but down here it's 113. I don't know why that is. Their light speed, but I'll run with it. Problem is, this is the problem. We got 1.25. It's below the VWAP on the level 2, but the VWAP on the chart says 113. I'm going to have to take it off of the level 2. We could get a bounce off the EMA. If you get a bounce off the EMA, I mean, at 115, it's going to definitely be weakness. But the problem is these volume candles. Volume is extremely high selling volume compared to buying volume. Look at that. Way over there. Look at that. Way over there. Look at that. About equal. So that's a little concerning. And also, this is pre-market. It's at 921. Can't just put a break-even order in or do a market order. I mean, this thing could just take a dump real quick. And you can't get out quick enough and you'll be down quite a bit. That's the problem. There's no catalyst on this thing either. YHC. YHC had news. Yes, we already know about that. YHC was looking good. YHC is below the 5-minute VWAP. The 1 minute looks promise. Just making some notes. Yeah, 8 minutes to the open. I don't think I'm going to. No, it's just. I mean, yes, you got a bull flag setting up. I mean, it could break. We don't know. Could be after the market opens, it could be a runner. We have no idea. We have no idea. But CMCT, what we're going to do, take old Pally there. Old Pally there. What we got there. Yeah. I mean, that was a pullback. That's not a micro pullback that I like to see because of the volume. The volume is a little too much. That's not ideal. Plus, it doesn't have a catalyst, so there's a lot going against it. Can you make yourself 5-10 cents? Yeah. Is it worth the risk? Not for me. Maybe for you. There we go. That's what you like to see. We're going to break this right here. We already. Are we going to break it? Break a high 135. Break a high 135. Could take off. Got to look at the level 2 135. 135. Where's your stop? You got to be thinking about the stop. 138. Boom. Are we going to get to 140? Come on, 140. $140. 140, that's good. $138, you got a little support right there. There was a big order. $0.10. We're looking at the level 2. $135, $150. If you break 1/2, looks like we spiked up. I'm not too sure. I didn't see it on the level 2. 150. You want to see a Christmas tree light up at 150. 150. You want to see a Christmas tree. 151. We got support at 153. Buyers. Wow. Did that really need to see it hold 1/2? You need 1/2 to hold. You need 1/2 to hold. Got 149, 154 orders on 148. Yeah, it looks like 160. Yeah, definitely a decent trade. Come on, 20 cents, 20 cents. That's, yeah. This is how the money is made, ladies and gentlemen. This is how the money is made. Right now, I'm talking softly and trying to focus. Might go all crazy later. 93, 153. We got some support at there we go. Gotta look at the bid. Gotta look at the large orders at 160, 160. Are they going to eat it 158 or are they going to eat it up 157? I need to change color on this. Level 2 is driving me nuts. These bright colors. I think that was a wrong decision for me. I don't like bright colors. All right, we're stalling. Got to hold 1/2. Has to hold 1/2. You want to see people slamming into that ask, eating those orders up and pushing it. Got 148. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 3 minutes to open. Be careful. Okay, so this right here, it was hard to play this until 9:20, until that 5-minute candle. But as you were in here, the 5-minute was forming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-minute was forming. So a break of that right there, break of the 135, which was this right here, of 135, got pretty good. So a break of the previous 5-minute was really decent because if you're in right here, break of that 135 was this right here, and you had a high right there of 134. So what you can do, get my little drawing tool here. What you want to do is, if you really want a tight stop, put the put it down there, or put it right down here. It really depends on what you want. because that was kind of a tight stop, but we had a break right here. Okay. We had a break of that previous 5 minute of 135. So you can do a 5 cent stop, you can do a 10 cent stop. Okay, that's fine. It's riding the 9 EMA. The MACD is open. We got volume big. Look, I mean, look, that volume was kicking in. Once this candle right here closed, got some really good volume in there. What you can do, if you have a break of this, once you get that candle right there, you get a break of that, you can actually add to your position, and your cost average will be half of that between here and that entry, or you can just go your full position and try to get out. And once you get to 1/2, you want to start looking to take profits at 1/2, because that is a pretty big level that traders pay attention to. And once we got that break, we ran up to 159, 160. I think we got 160. Yeah, we got 160, but then it started stalling out. Once it starts stalling out, you just kind of want to make your decision. Do I want to sell half? I mean, you want to be selling half into this pop. So right up in here, once we broke this, you want to look for a run to 150. And if it kind of starts fizzling out, you can sell a half, sell a quarter, a half. You know, you can do what you want to do, and then try to get yourself. I mean, right now on that trade, you did not take any heat on this at all. When you got that break, you didn't take any heat. You, bam, you're in the green automatically. 5 cent in the green. You didn't take any heat whatsoever. And that right there, a break of 135, 160. I mean, that's a quarter move. This is nice, nice, nice. 130. Let's see, you got in at 137. Got out there 57. Yeah, it's a nice move. All right, the market's open. Go ahead and take these pre-market things. Let's go ahead and close this out. Let's go ahead and do the low floaters right here. Put up the low floaters. Low floaters are going to have to update. Top trade, the biggest gainers. We'll take the biggest gainers. Put that right up there. Take the biggest gainers. Pally. Oh, Pally. What time was that? Time was that? That was 9:20. Pally hit the R-vol. Pally hit the R-vol. Pally hit the R-vol. Pally. And that was an R-vol. Nope. It was R-vol. That was 9:24. But Pally had no news. That was the problem. No news. Not an A+ setup, but like a B setup. It was still decent. It was still decent. All right, we got the R-vol movers. We have EBS, CRNC, have NB. Woof. There's no EXI, XI. There. Oh, Pally hit news. Okay, so there was news at 9:15. Didn't show up though, but bio reports harms the clinical response in phase 1. Okay, it didn't get it till later. It says it got released at 9:15, but we didn't see it. Was it on top press releases? That's, yeah. I don't think I had top press releases up, but hey, it has showed up here. I don't know why. Okay, it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to run with it when it's running. There's a reason why it's running. So it was an A+ setup. Valley's good to go. These are gonna have, the server's gonna through have it. Yeah, the server, it'll update here pretty soon. Got biggest movers, it's not updating yet. It'll update, and then you got top traded. That'll update. So we have EBS. You got yourself a quick little trade on EBS, CRNC. That was nothing. NB, that was decent. CMCT. OM. Take a look. Have a YHC. Alley. So we have YHC up here. Let's put Alley up here. Alley's right there. Craig had some decent volume. I don't know if anything's going to happen with that. CMCT had some volume too, CMCT, but Pally looks like it could. UNTM. Pally looks like it could break. YHC is below the VWAP. Pally looks like it's coming down to test the VWAP. You have CREG above the session VWAP. So CREG, you can see here. You know, and there's nothing there on these. We have run. You're looking at the biggest movers right here. That's a float of 200 million. So that's the thing about this. You got to really pick. Really wasn't making it, that candle right there wasn't all that great. NBIS, that's really nothing. HL, we've got news on some of this stuff, and I don't know. That's Q2 earnings, raises guidance, okay. CREG, you were looking at that, that's decent. Pally is just coming back down. YHC is Tally is below the VWAP. Above the VWAP. Yeah, Pally is not looking swift right now. You had CREG that broke the 5-minute right here. It broke the 5-minute and it ran up to a 5. You got yourself 5 cents on that. Problem with that is that the stop was kind of 5 cents as well. Ran up here. It broke the previous 5-minute. See right here at 2, and got 5 cents on that. The volume was there. I mean, get in and out pretty quickly, but it's not all that. We have HL. HL broke the 5-minute on this candle 935. It broke the 7-quarter. Hallie's dumping. That's huge wick on the previous little. That was 5 cents. Consolidation. MACD kind of could be ending up there. Yeah, I think I'm going to write some code to try to get these quick scalps on the 5-minute breaks. Here, I'll be right back. Okay, Pally had a pullback and Pally has a pullback. If it breaks, you can, I mean, a high of 157 to 158. That would have to be up here. That's 158. That's this right here. I mean, it would be above the non-EMA more than likely if it got up there, and the MACD would be starting to curl back up. Uh, Problem is, if you made the money here, you don't want to give it back. So if you made money in pre-market, you really don't want to give stuff back. Have running, runs, that's running. Okay. So you have a break of 1208 right here. That's not really a clean break. That's not kind of like what you're looking for. I'm going to show you what exactly what I like on pre-market. Like HL pre-market was nice. Explain this. Not going to do that. Sit here and look at the we have 15 stop. Oh man, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah. Probably is below the VWAP. Capelli and HL were good for HL didn't show up and I'm gonna have to look at the stream to see when that actually but this is what that's rally's not there's not enough volume in that. MCT, not enough volume. DNR, there's nothing. QNTM, there's nothing there. AOMT is definitely not enough volume there. I mean, Sell that NBIS. $68 stock if you HL. Okay. IMAB, IMAQ. Bounce off of a run. Remember, it's market hours. You can always go in and go shift B to break even. $26.10. Always go shift B to break even. Actually got yourself 10 cents on that. That right there. MACD was penning. The pullback that was running up. This right here, yeah, nice green bullish engulfing 5-minute candle with volume. If you get in here, stop is down here. So you get in at, let's say 1216 and your stop's down there at 1207. Like a 10-cent stop. Usually you got yourself 26 cents, so that's definitely 10 cents. Still half and move break even. That is the plan. So when you get these pops and you're looking, you're holding half to try to get a runner. And that's how the game is played, but right now it's not being played. Goes back down to break even, got stopped out, sold half down to break even, stopped out. It's all about protecting the capital and making these small profits and little base hits. The little base hits will keep you good. SNGX was clear, I think. So the top movers with volume for pre-market was YHC, PALI, CREG, CMCT. But what I want to talk about, the run was just there, and this is what you mean when you get in, get yourself 10 cents, and you're coming up to resistance up here. You can wait for this candle. It doesn't break. You can always go to shift B and break even. You don't have to sell half and move to break even. You just go to break even, protect the capital, read the tape, read the level 2, read the tape, see what's going on. You can start selling a quarter, pay yourself a little bit, and then you can see, be like, okay, it's not selling. It's not breaking that high right there on the 1 minute. Kind of showing weakness. You can sell half and then go. You already got a break even. Your break even's being updated with light speed, so yeah, everything's good. Okay, so what I want to talk about All right, what I want to talk about is HL, HL and Pally. So HL and Pally, if we look at this, Pally showed up on the R-vol. Okay, so Pally showed up on the R-vol. Let's look at Pally. Yeah. Pally showed up on the R-vol. Pally was played earlier. As you can see here, it showed up on the R-vol. I mean, Pally, yeah, it showed up on R-vol at 924. So Pally showed up on the R-vol, and it was played right here at 924, right here. Okay, and you got yourself a move, and then it kind of rolled over. But when it opened up for the market, kind of opened up here in the market, and if you look at the 5-minute, the 5-minute, as you can see right there, was making higher highs and higher lows. So when it's doing that, higher highs and higher lows, and the high right there is at 180. You can look at the 1 minute, and the 180 is right here. So as soon as you as soon as you get that break, which was this candle right here, was that break, and you look at the MACD and it's open, you're good to go. So you can kind of like get in there, and your stop could be down in here, which is a little, that's like a 15 cent, that's 15 cent stop. And then you came up to 190. I mean, as soon as you get this pop up here to 190, as soon as you get that pop, you need to got in here at 180. You want to go to a break even. I mean, why in the heck do you want to take a full stop out? That's not good. You don't want to take a full stop out. So it comes up to 190. Okay, and it starts coming back. Sell half. I mean, you got to go shift B. When you get this pop, you got to go shift B. Protect the capital in case it slams back down. You're out. I mean, that shift B is a market order. You're out. The spread's kind of tight at 1 cent. That's nice. I mean, when it starts coming back down, pay yourself a little bit. Pay yourself like 5 cents. Try to get 5 cents. Something. Just pay yourself. And then you're going to get stopped out. Boom, you got stopped out. So what? Move on. Okay, so you made your money here. You don't want to give it back here. That's stupid. I mean, I'll be downright honest. Say it. That's stupid. I know you got a 15 cent stop. That's where, because before you get in, you got to be like, okay, where am I getting out? 15 cents. Okay, that's 15 cents. It ran 10 cents. It's showing weakness. It's coming back down. I was green. Am I going to stick to I want a 1-to-1, I want a 2-to-1, or 3-to-1? No, I'm not doing that. You can do what you want, but I'm not doing that. You know, you get that pop, you move to a break even, you see if you get yourself a runner. Sometimes you do get them runners, and you'll make that 50-cent dollar move. Don't happen very often, but it does happen. But don't take a full stop out. That's just stupid. Especially when you made the money here, giving it back here. That is being stupid. HL was a good one. HL kind of popped up right here on the biggest movers. It popped up right here. Right now it's the 4th biggest, but it did pop up in here, and we were taking a look at it. HL, as you can see here, in the pre-market, it was not doing very much. I mean, it's a 500 million float. Yes, it's not a low floater, but that doesn't mean anything. Still trade it. Has money to be made. Okay, so right here, we're making higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher highs, higher lows on a 5-minute. So it shows up on the 5-minute right here. So on this candle right here at 935, where's 935? 935 is this candle right here, okay? So you're looking for a break because it's making higher highs and higher lows right here. So you're looking for a break at 724. So your break is right here. Your break, 5-minute break that you're looking for is right here. Okay. Now, when you get in, where is your stop? The MACD is open. It's looking good. The volume right there on that 1 minute, not as high. So, I mean, if it was way up here, that might be a little concerning. But MACD is open. Okay. Volume kind of drying up a little bit. We had a nice little volume pop right here. Okay, but it didn't show up quick enough. And you're not going to be able to get this, put your stop here, and get this whole move right here. It's the scanner didn't catch that. So, I mean, it might have. I'd have to look at it, but once I have the scanner updating, right now it's only updating every minute. So once I get enough capital coming in, I can have this stuff scanning really quickly, like every 10 seconds, and have a real beefy server and have all this stuff scanning like 10 seconds. But that's going to take quite a bit of money monthly. I'm not doing that right out of my pocket when I'm actually making money now with it. Yeah. So you're looking for a break of 724. Where are you going to put your stop? Down here? 10 cents? Okay, you can. But what I like to do, since we've got momentum, the MACD's open, we got momentum. What I'm looking for is a break of 724. Or a break of 724, and then we have that break and you didn't take any heat. You're right up here at 728, 4 cents. Okay, this candle opened up, we came back down. Boom, we came back down. We didn't take any heat at all. Then right here, you put in a little doji at 730. So you're in at 724. You got a doji at 730. You got 6 cents. You got a doji. What are you going to do? This opens up. It pops up to 735. Okay, 735, and you got in at 724. So right now you got 10 cents. So you have to make a decision. Sell a quarter. As soon as you get this pop right here, as soon as you get this pop right here, you can move to a break even. And you might have gotten, it came back down, might have gotten stopped out, you might not have, who knows? Or you can just hold it. You know, you have to make this kind of decision on the fly. So you made a doji, but you're coming back down. So if you didn't get stopped out on a break even here, and you got this candle right here, actually, if you pop up here, I would be selling half and move and just, I mean, you're already at break even, just sell half. It'll update your break even. And when you come down here, you're like, okay, I think the run's over because it had a doji. We had a shooting star candle right here. We're closing below full out. Shift F to pull out. Okay. That's just quick profits. So, and you had the volume. I mean, you had volume in there coming in. You got 400,000 volume, so you can definitely get in like 1,000, 5,000 shares and make yourself some money. I mean, 5,000 shares, even, okay, hypothetically, let's say you got in at 724. You got this pop, you got 4 cents. It starts moving back down to here, and you got a 1 cent spread. Let's say you make 2 cents out of this. I mean, 2 cents, that's nothing. 2 cents on 5,000, that's $100. Okay. Small trade, move on. I mean, that's just how it is. You got a pop, move the break even, it starts coming back down, sell half, maybe make yourself $50 and you get stopped out for a break even. I mean, who knows? You can also set these, I think you can set these hotkeys up. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to call them and see if I can do this. There are special orders that you can do. You can do a shift B, like break even -1 or minus 2, you know, so your break even is kind of moving up. you know, it is what it is, or you can trail it. I think you can do trailing hotkeys. I'm going to look into this. But that, I mean, Pally was good. Made a little money there. Made a little money on HL. But what I'm going to do, what am I doing? What I'm going to do is I'm going to write some code, uh, and it's going to be scanning whatever RML has a catalyst in there, but there's nothing there. SNGX has moved up. There's low volume on that though. CMCT, low volume on that. Everything's kind of fizzled out. Pally has really fizzled out. Pally is kind of look at that 5 minute. I mean, there was money made on the pre-market. That was awesome. But it's kind of fizzled out. Because you made your money right there. You made like probably 20 cents, 10, 15 cents right there. That's pretty decent. Run is just kind of fizzled. That has kind of fizzled. This right here is not making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, none of these candles are. That's why I didn't show it, because the low was right here. It spiked down. It opened up, spiked down, spiked up, closed. This is not making a higher high. That ain't making a higher high. You know, this is within the first 10, 15 minutes, I want to be making a trade. Out of 4 stocks, I want to be making a trade. Now, it's kind of hard for me to, when the biggest movers kicks in, let's look at top traded. What's top traded doing right now? HL's there, BRLT. We have Brilliant Group, earnings, HL, mining, Q2 revenue, run. Here are some of today's biggest analyst calls. Yeah, who cares about analysts? Care about them. This report's second. Yeah, so we got Piton. Yeah, we got earnings there. So BRLT. Let's look at BRLT. And the scanner is going to be scanning all of that. So right here, okay, this right here, the scanner, BRLT had nothing, then all of a sudden it showed up. I mean, more than likely it showed up on the RVOL, and I wasn't paying attention. Because when you make your money in the pre-market, you just kind of like, who cares about when the market opens? Right here, you made it a little bit of money. So right here we had a top and tail. We made higher lows right here. So the break of that 236, which was right up here, 236. Then you got 245. Get in on the break of that 236 and put your stop down here at 226. That's 10 cents. But you didn't get 10 cents. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to take a full stop out? Or are you just going to go to a break even when you get that pop and try to get yourself a runner? That is a decision you have to make. That's this right here, 950, 954. Yeah. So that's kind of a decision you have to make. Of course, we had can really be trading off of the 5 minute. Now, this candle here, it broke 245. Which is right there. That was a previous right there, 245. You can go in a 5-day break at 245, high day break of 245. But you got to look at the volume coming in. Volume is coming in. MACD is open. At 245. Stop is at 235. That's 10 cents. So 245, and it got up to 255. You got yourself 10 cents. You still have moved to a break even. I mean, that's just quick scalps. Yeah, you're your one for ones, but I mean, you win some, you lose some. But that's what the momentum, that's what I'm looking for. This right here, actually, this right here, making higher highs, higher lows right here on this candle right here. We're at 950, which was this one. This is not really showing much. But BRLT is not showing any. We have Piton. That didn't make anything. BIS. That was that had a low right there, so it broke that low. It wasn't making higher lows. Of course, you had Run, which we looked at. Run. That did the same thing. CMCT, it broke the low, and that just sold off at market. There's really not, and you have CREG. CREG, like right here, we're making higher highs and higher lows. So this candle right here, a break of 189, which is right here, break of 189, got up to 193, make yourself a few cents out of that, then move 187, 189, 178, you got like a 2-cent stop, boom, and you got yourself 193, 190, 193, 3 cents, spreads 1 cent. The volume's low, so you wouldn't do it, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. I'm going to write code. I'm going to write some code that is going to be scanning the market for these, for the 5 minutes to be making higher lows. Like the previous candle needs to be, the previous candle had to make a higher high, higher low, which that did right there. But the close has to be high. So I'm going to write the code, and what's going to happen is there's going to be a window. You're going to have another button right here, and there's going to be a window that when you click on that button, it's going to be like maybe called TZ Ideas or something like that, TZ Scalps, I don't know. But it'll be another window, and when it shows up here on the window, there will be a window, like RVOLs. It'll be a window here, and it'll just say TZ Ideas, and you'll have ticker price and the change and the float. I don't know if I'm going to have RVOL in volume 1, but it'll have information in here. It's definitely going to have the ATR, because the ATR is the average true range for like a 1 minute, and that'll give you an idea of, hey, what can I get? What am I shooting for my 1-to-1? That'll give you an idea. I mean, if the ATR is like 2 cents, then obviously not. But if the ATR is like 10, 15, 20 cents, then, that's a decent one, as long as the 5 minutes is setting up. So I'm going to write the code to make sure the 5 minutes setting up, make sure it's trading above the VWAP, making higher highs, higher lows, and it'll show up on that trade idea scan. So you can actually go to the 1 minute and be like, hey, is this good? Basically, what I want to do is get rid of having to look at the 5 minute chart right here that's not showing frame. That's basically what I want to do. Just write the code to be able to be like, hey, this is opening up. Then just have when it shows up on the TZ Ideas, put it up here. Like when HL shows up, you can just go to HL and be like, okay, I'm gonna trade it and try to make this here, this little quick scalp. So I'll get on to writing that code. It's a lot of it's already done. I've been having some ideas and kind of running with that, so a lot of it's already done. It's just a matter of implementing Windows stuff, adding a few lines of code to call the logic that I've already written. Not enough volume, to be quite honest. So Craig, right here, higher high, higher low. So that would show up on the scan right there, right here, right at 1010. It would show up. Why? Because it's below the VWAP. I don't know what the MACD would be open. It would be positive on histogram. I've already written the code for that. So right at 1010, it would show up. So what you would do when it shows up in the window there, what you would do is just there goes CEG, and then at 1010, where's 1010? This right here, 1010, 1010, it would show up. You might not be able to make that trade because you're not going to be quick enough. It got to 190 up to 193. Yeah, see, and plus CREG, I don't think the ATR is all that. So that might not be. Also, I can write the code to make sure, hey, don't show anything when the ATR for the 1 minute is below 5 cents. Who knows? It has to be above 5 cents, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look out on that. But also, I can put a settings up in there. Type in what you want. We're looking at HL. That would have been. Histogram was starting to move back up. Quick scalp on that if you were looking at HL. You just got to pick a couple of them, like 4 of them. That's why I just have 4 windows up here. You just pick them with them. Of course, have HL twice up here. Qs are doing. Even do this on, like right here. Like right here, this candle, higher high, higher lows on this. So you can go to 955 and see if you get a break of 91.23, 91.23, 91.23, which is this right here. We got the break, and then you're looking for the open to be lower than the previous 1 minute. At 9:33 and stops at 9:26. Got like 10 cents out of that. 33.43. Yeah, you got like 10, 15 cents. You can play this on the ETFs as well. Also, if you're trading futures, you can make that plan work for the futures as well. Market is slow today. Yeah. $50 stock, 170 float, 34 and ATR. Also do a for the big boys. Tesla's a in one. Like at 955, a lot of these stocks and triple Q and the Qs will follow each other. So you get the good setups on those. The thing about it is people are saying, oh, what's $300 stock? I can't buy 1,000 shares. Well, no crap. You buy like, let's, so can you buy like, yeah, so let's look over here. I mean, it's a $325 stock. Can you buy 50 shares of it? 16,000. If you got a PDT, yeah, you can. Okay, so that's 50 shares. So if you take 50 shares and the thing moves like 25 cents, make yourself 12 bucks, 50 cents, 25 bucks. I mean, it just all kind of adds up. I mean, $325 stock times 100 shares is 32,000, meaning I'm trading over 100,000 leverage, so I can buy like 100 shares at 25 cents is like $25. You just get your base hits and just keep moving up, building up that account. Uh, you just and it's a good way to learn these quick scalps because these low floaters move so quickly. A lot of beginner traders are going to make mistakes. Pally is this is little new. Yeah, the MACD is open. Yeah, you could run and make yourself 10 cents out of this. But look at the 5 minute, it's just sloping down. I mean, this right here, MACD is open. Yeah, but the 5 minute is telling the story. Right now, it's telling me a big story of it went from 180 down like 20s. I mean, losing like 80s. But why would you even try to be like, oh, I'm going to buy low and then sell high? If you're going to be a momentum scalper, this is not momentum to the upside. That's not momentum to the upside. Really, nothing. SLDP showed up. Uh, you know, right? I don't know if SLDP is. Let's take a look at this because this is the perfect example of making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, we had a micro pullback here. SLDP didn't show up, but I can write a scanner. SLDP, what is that? SLDP, is that an S&P 500 or what? SLDP stock. SLDP. I don't think it is in 500 or the Nasdaq. I don't even know. SLDP. Where the heck did that? On the biggest movers. 145 million float, but we really don't care because it's moving. Got something moving. Let me look at on low float list because it's not a floater. And mid cap, okay. Yeah, but this is a perfect example. This is what you want to see. First 5 minutes and come in here at 9:35. Uh, let's say you miss this one. Let's say you get in at 9:40 because the 9:35 one's making higher highs, higher lows, and the volume is good, nice and green. So you get in 9:40. So you come over here at 9:40. Where's 9:40? 40 is like right here. Okay, so at 9:40, we kind of moved up. You don't want to get in on that. Need a pullback. This is a pullback right here. Get in on the breaker 423. Got up here 433. So you got yourself 10-cent move. So 423, 415. Yeah, so you got yourself a pretty decent trade. Then once you get that 10 cent, once you get that pop, you want to move. And once you get the pop, you can move to break even and start making your decision of sell a quarter, sell half, and then do that. We had a little comeback, but it didn't hit the entry. That's fine. It was 3 cents away from it, maybe 2 cents away from it. Spread's 1 cent. Once you do a pullback, you can actually add to your position a little bit and try to get a bounce off the non-EMA. Non-EMA bounce is good for when you already are in a position. Get a small pullback to the non-EMA. You want playing off the non-EMA bounce, and let's say down here, get in here, then your cost average is right here. So you're just still you're adding to your winners. So you want to cut your losers quickly. But SLDP is not very much. SLDP not doing very much now. Had a nice run this morning. Okay, let's look at the market cap. Market cap is 758 billion. So if I do under 1 billion like I had before, just talking to myself here, set talking to so if we do 1 billion market cap, okay. All right, so yeah, because you really don't want to get too much of a market cap like Amazon and be way up there. Apple, I mean, it's a 758 market cap. Okay. Okay. I have got a game plan. I've got a game plan. So we're going to do that market cap to 1 billion. I'll give us a couple thousand stocks to churn from. If we can't make money off a couple thousand stocks, then something's seriously wrong with us. A couple thousand stocks to churn through and get some trade ideas on that. If you can't make money, then something is seriously wrong with you. Yeah, like, I mean, if you look at Apple, market cap is 3 trillion. Really? I mean, let's, I mean, Like Meta's got a high market cap. Let's look at Craig. Yeah, let's look at this BRLT, LHAI. Yeah, LHAI making higher highs, higher lows. Kind of get in 957, 55. That right there, 955. So we're making higher lows, higher highs, and you got 67 to 59. We got like 8 cent stop. You get in at 7 cents, 70. Get a run up to 8. That's 30 cents. You got like 8 cent spreads. So make about like 15 cents. You're not going to get the whole move, maybe. I mean, if you're lucky, but you got like a 10 cent stop, and you got to be cognizant. So cognizant of that. $10 it would have showed up on the scanner with the logic then about clock. 10:01. We had a little pullback there. Did a break of that. It opened up here, 63 at 06. Get a little bit of money. 1,000 shares, but look at the volumes. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to write the logic for this. A lot of logic is already there, but what I'm going to do is start writing the logic there. I can get it. We're going to go after micro caps. Like it has to be 1 million to 1 billion, and it's going to churn through like a little over 2,000 stocks. So the server, the code's going to be on the server. Every 30 seconds, it's going to just churn through. I think I can set it up to every 30 seconds. It could churn through and try to find these plays for us. I think it would first churn through like biggest movers, top traded, low floaters. That'd probably be the best idea, just to do that. It could churn through the list of here because this list is cached on memory of the server. Let's look at CREG. CREG, as you can tell, it's popping. Boom. Yeah, so it popped at $2, 201. So it popped at 201. It popped. Had a pullback and get in on that. Higher lows, higher highs on that. So that was 1035. 1035, it will show up here. Yeah, it's a little hard to play. I just don't. Volume is there now. that would show up on the scanner, so it would give you an idea. Run up here, a little pullback, and if you broke, actually, if you broke to 201, 202, so this list right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 1. Pre-market, we're not there. We got the low floaters, top trading, biggest scanners. So 3 lists. This is cached and it's updated every minute on the server. The cache is updated. I gotta take that list and then run code every 10 seconds to, yeah. I'm gonna get to writing some code. Do this. So that way we don't have to worry about the charts over here that much. Like the 5-minute charts over here. I'm just gonna write the code to read that 5-minute chart so I don't have to read it and make the decision. Look at Craig. CREG is just ranking. There's no catalyst, no news. Yeah, that's nice. Got the cues getting ready to pop off. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take off and get to work on. We'll back at it tomorrow, Friday, 7 a.m.